This is Geometry Semester 1. It's the unit on angles, and it's unit number 2. And it's lesson 1 in the unit of angles, in the angles unit. It's lesson 1, straight, acute, obtuse, right, practice. It's on creatormath.com under the geometry tab. You might have to Google creatormath.weebly.com to find it. Copy the following problems into your composition book on the correct pages according to the table of contents with the notes for those pages from creatormath.com. So I tried to show this every once in a while. I don't do it every time. But here it is, creatormath.weebly.com. Search it in Google. Hopefully it pops up. Here's what the home page looks like when it comes up. That's how you know you're in the right place. Click on the geometry tab. That's where all the notes and videos and vocab and all that stuff is for geometry. This is the vocab for geometry right here. We're going to pass by the vocabulary. We're going to get down to table of contents. Make sure you're in the right semester. Sometimes one will pop up first. I usually rearrange them for different reasons, but by the time you see this, semester 1 could be up first, which makes sense, but in some cases we do it second. So this is Geometry Table of Contents. It's pages 2 through 6 of your comp book. You're going to copy all this into pages 2 through 6 of your composition book. You should have done it already. If not, you're going to do it right now. So we're going to scroll down to, there's a unit on shapes, a unit on angles, and we're in the first lesson called straight, acute, obtuse, right. These are the pages it goes on in your composition book for the notes. And don't use this video to get the pages. Go to the actual table of contents, because by the time you are watching this video, those page numbers will probably be different, you guys. So here's notes. We're going to click on that. This is what goes in your composition book on those pages. Oftentimes I have to load it twice, just so you know. There you go. I saw it kind of flicker, and that way I know it's loaded. Now I can expand it. If it won't expand, reload it. So, let's see. What have we got here? Angles. There's a vertex. There's a ray. It's two rays attached at their end to form an angle. There's an angle measure. Acute angle is less than 90 degrees. A less than symbol looks like that. Obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees. It's an angle that's more than 90. Here's a 90-degree angle. Here's a square in the corner that says 90, also called a right angle. There's a straight angle, which is a straight line. If you opened up an angle all the way, it would turn into a straight line, and then it's 180 degrees. They call it straight angle or line equal to 180 degrees. There are things called vertical angles. Vertical angles are across from each other, and they are equal. And I never liked the name vertical angles because students' brains are thinking up and down. And actually, angle 3 and angle 4 are vertical angles, but the name actually means across from each other. So if you draw an intersection, 1, 2, 3, 4 angles are created. The angles across from each other are equal, and they're called vertical angles, even though they may be actually horizontal from each other. See if you can digest all that. All right, complementary means they sum to 90 degrees. So if you take a 90-degree angle and you split it in some part, and you have an angle A and an angle B, if you add angle A and B, they should be 90. So that's called complementary angles. We have supplementary angles. If you take a straight angle and divide it into two angles, then those angles need to add up to the total number of degrees of a straight angle, 180 degrees. So here, angle C, this is angle C, angle D, they must sum, which means add, to 180 degrees. We can break a circle into 360 degrees. That's a definition, you guys. We created that. Okay, come on. So then we have vocabulary. You can put these into your comp book. And here's a summary of acute, obtuse, right, greater than, less than, straight, angle symbol, straight angle, vertical angle, complementary. It's spelled wrong there. It's C-O-M-P-L-E, mentary. I make that mistake all the time, and I'm sorry. It's not a compliment, like I'm complimenting you on whatever, something nice that's happening. That's a compliment, right? It's not that word. It's complementary with an E there. Opposite means across from in geometry, and adjacent means next to. So you're going to copy these notes into your comp book. Then you're going to proceed to do this problem set. So we'll go through the problem set covering some of the notes, but not all of them. Given the following figure, what is the name of the shown angle and its measure? So, you know, if you start with an angle, two rays like this attached at their endpoint, which is called a vertex, right? And you keep stretching it all the way out until this is here, then this becomes a straight line. A straight line, if you took a whole circle right here and drew it accurately on top, half of this would be 180 degrees. So it's a straight angle and it's 180 degrees. It's kind of interesting because students don't think of a straight line as an angle, but it is in this case. So we think of it that way and then it becomes an angle. So given the following figure, what's the name of the shown angle and its measure? So yeah, here, it's not straight, it's not obtuse, and it's not right. It's acute. Acute means less than 90 degrees. This is a less than symbol. The larger side is to the 90, which means 90 is greater than whatever's over here, right? So less than 90 degrees. Given the following figure, what is the name of the shown angle and its measure? So this would be an obtuse angle. It's opened up greater than 90. 90 would be here, right? And it's going all the way over. So this is an obtuse, and there's a greater than symbol, greater than 90 degrees. You get to review your greater than and less than symbols as part of this lesson. And or learn them. I'm assuming review, but it could be learning them. That's okay. Given the following figure, what is the name of the shown angle and its measure? Anytime we put a square into this portion here, this means 90 degrees by definition. They don't have to say exactly 90, but that symbol means exactly 90. So even if I drew this badly, see how I drew that? But I put a square here, that means this is 90. I just drew it badly, but I know that's 90 degrees. All right, so this is a right angle, 90 degrees. What is the point where the two rays meet to form an angle? This is a vertex. Vertices of two or more. So say you have a square. This is a vertex. This is a vertex. This is a vertex. This is a vertex. Collectively, plurally, we say there are 4 vertices. Fair enough? Repeat after me. Vertex. Vertices. There you go. Nice. Appreciate that. Okay, so given the following figure, what is the name of the shown angles? Oh, so I think what they're going for here, this whole thing is 90 degrees, and I see the square here, so I know it is. So angle A plus angle B, these are supposed to be angle symbols. They're not supposed to be curved. They're supposed to be straight lines. I draw them curved a little bit. This must equal 90 degrees. Together, this one and this one must total the whole thing of this one, which is 90 degrees. These are called complementary. And notice it's spelled correctly here. Check. Good. Glad I got it right there. When I wrote the notes on the board there, I was not thinking. All right, given the following figure, what's the name of the shown angle? So, look, now we have 1, 2, 3 angles here. We have angle A plus angle B plus angle C equal the total angle of 90 degrees. Nonetheless, it doesn't matter if there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 50, or an infinite number. If they sum to 90, they're called complementary. Now we're going to switch to supplementary. Given the following figure, what's the name of the shown angles? So this angle plus this angle, angle A plus angle B, because the total is 180, it's a straight angle. If the totals here is 180, then each piece must add to equal the total. This is called supplementary relationship. 2 or more angles that sum, which means add, to 180 degrees. Given the following, what is the name of the shown angle? So this is illustrating that even though there's 1, 2, and 3 here, they still, if it's angle A plus angle B plus angle C, this equals 180 degrees. Doesn't matter how many of them, 2 or more, sum means add to 180. This is a supplementary angles relationship, right? Supplementary angles, they sum to 180. Sum, angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals 180. All right, let's get back to vertical angles, the ones that are not really vertical. Sometimes they are, but that's not what makes them equal. Given the following figure, what is the name of the shown angles? More than one answer may apply. So vertical angles, A equals C. So angle A equals angle C. Why? They are vertical angles. And I know you're saying that's not vertical, that's horizontal. So erase that idea of vertical being up and down and just think of them as across from angles. Across from angles. A is across from C. Their vertical angles are equal. B and D are across from each other. So angle B equals angle D. And why? Because they are vertical angles. That's their name. So this is correct too. Angle B equals angle D. Both these answers are correct. They didn't give us any other answers, so you get to pick both and get it right. All right, given the following figure, what is the name of the shown angles? More than one answer may apply. Of the shown angles, given supplementary angles, they sum to 180. Of the shown angles, supplementary angles. Well, I'm not sure about this question, but I think they're saying, look, they gave us angles A and B here. So A plus B are on a straight angle. They must sum to 180. Check. They're supplementary. B and C. Here's B and C here. They're supplementary too, because on this straight line that sums to 180. And C and D is here. These two are next to each other. They must sum to 180. And A and D, they must sum to 180. Check. All these are right. All four of these are correct. Now, I think this is written really badly, so I'll see if I can rewrite it by the time you take it. It's just not explaining. I almost wish that this had come up front here where we can see the options and the question needs to be reworded a little bit. Okay, but all of each and every one of those, and that's why we like drawing just two lines that intersect. It creates 1, 2, 3, 4 very exciting relationships, right? Vertical angles. Angle 2 is equal to angle 4. We put an angle symbol in front of each one. Angle 4 is equal to angle 2 because of vertical angles, but angle 1 plus angle 4 needs to sum to 180. So we get a supplementary relationship with them in the right order, and we get a vertical relationship with them also, right? All right, so make sure you are matching up. Make sure you're matching up geometry, semester 1. It's the second unit called Angles, and it's the first lesson in that Angles unit called Straight, Acute, Obtuse, Right Practice on creatormath.com under the Geometry tab. Hope that helps.